Now before we begin, please like and subscribe this video for more content just like it. Anyways, on to the video. Atlas the lion god, he's the biggest one in his pantheon. Atlas the lion god, he's got big claws and got big teeth. Okay, so enough of that. I am drawing Atlas, the lion god of the sun, astrology, fire, and life. So he's a god, and he's a lion. I'm not really used to drawing stuff like that. I've drawn lions every now and then, but not really all that seriously as a kid. And I have drawn a couple deities here and there before. But besides being a DM, I've never really role-played one extensively, so this character's kind of new to me. It's pretty cool. On the surface, based on the character description, it's a generic lion, a big, puffy, gold, strong lion. But then you get a bit deeper. You got really deep eyes, as most roleplayer characters seem to have. He's got big fangs and claws. Once again, kind of normal for a lion. But then here's the thing that I really like aesthetically. And I'm going to quote the actual profile of this character. So, to quote, his coat often appears to have a shard-like quality when the sun sets. Glyph-like and mysterious marks glow across his coat in the form of constellations and ancient languages unknown to man. I mean, the god's basically a walking, talking dictionary, kind of. It kind of matches that this is supposed to be a god of knowledge as well. No, not knowledge. Astronomy, but he's described as being very wise and smart as well, even if he is a bit wild, like fire and life in general, I suppose. All I know about this character is what I've read on the profile and what was asked of me when I asked to get some prompts from other people. So let's skip right ahead to D&D or tabletop role-playing. How would I use Atlas? Well, as a character, I don't think I've ever played a campaign with a lion god ever. I mean, I know about the game Exalted, and I'm sure he'd fit there somehow, but I've never really done it myself. As a DM, I've played gods, sure, and had them interact with the players asking them for help. I've played demigods as bosses that they have to fight, stuff like that. So, in Atlas's case, he's either a very hands-off background character, or he's a mini-boss. Well, not a mini-boss, a BBEG level super boss, I guess, that the players would have to get all these super awesome magic items to even think about fighting. A ritual, maybe to seal him away, that sort of thing. But here's the thing, he's not necessarily an evil god, so I don't think he'd ever really fight the players unless he was tricked into it, or if this was an evil campaign, one of the two. I mean, the guy's alignment is true neutral, so he's like the quintessential nature god, really. Except, all about the sun, about the sky, fire, that side of things, really. I mean, there's not much else to say about him in that regard. So how would I use him in LARP? Well, once again, he's more of a background character. It's very difficult to have players, play animal-type characters, or more specifically, ones with 4 legs, because at the end of the day, in LARP, the main way of hitting people is with a sword. Now, I don't know about every single LARP that exists, but the LARPs I attend, generally speaking, hand-based weapons like actual gauntlets or claws and the like are they're a big no-no, because there's too close to the actual human knuckle. You might actually hit someone in the face with it. You have to get in really close. There's too many dangerous elements to it, too much potential to actually get hurt. Unless the claws are really, really long and elongated, I suppose. Which, in this case, yeah, I can see that. Having gods interact with LARP characters in fantasy settings isn't too uncommon. In this character's case, in Atlas's case, you'd have to have a person dress up as a lion and walk around all day in all that heavy fur. Which, in Australia, that's probably not going to happen. In colder countries, I can see that working quite well. Having a humanoid character with a lion-like motif, or say, I'm actually a lion, but I take this form to make you all more comfortable, I can totally see that working as well. So would Atlas fit into a D&D type game? Yeah, in the background. In a LARP? Yeah, it can also work. If we sort of twist it a bit and make him more humanoid, sure. But as his base form, He's a wild character, he's a big boss, So lots of people fighting him at the same time in a LARP. Yeah, I can see his power being on full display there. Especially if you have like 30, 40, or even 50 people wailing on him, but that has issues all of its own. For one, LARP is a contact sport of sorts. Even though foam swords aren't supposed to break your bones, they can still leave bruises, and having 50 or so people wailing on you is gonna, well, like I said, leave a lot of bruises. People who play bosses in LARPs, well, I've played a boss in LARP before, and you get hit a lot. Accidents sometimes happen, you sometimes get knocked in the face. HEMA players probably don't really care because they wear full-on proper helmets and whatnot. But LARP, no, that's not quite the case. A lot of our costumes, while they are a step above cosplay in terms of practicality, they are still below real-life, actual, proper stuff because our armor's not supposed to turn away bladed, actual weapons and proper maces and such. No, they're just supposed to stop, well, foam from hurting as much. They're mostly for decoration, but they're practical enough to move around in. So, it could go either way, honestly. So that's my analysis and drawing and talking episode with Atlas the Lion God. Hope you've enjoyed it and have a nice day. Bye bye.